Welcome back to the analysis. Today, we are exploring our predictions for the upcoming season. We will examine each game on the team's schedule, which certainly poses a challenge as we progress through the final segment of the season. If you are as excited as I am about the return of football, especially after what feels like an extended break, be sure to express your enthusiasm. I want to point out a small detail since we had an early glimpse at the schedule prior to its official announcement. Typically, the preseason schedule does not become available ahead of time. The team is set to compete against another on August 8th, and it is expected that there will be joint practices with this opponent leading up to that date. Subsequently, they will spend a week at a training facility before returning home to wrap up the preseason. The match on the 8th falls on a Saturday, followed by a home game against another team on the 16th, and then a Friday night encounter at home with another opponent at 8 p.m. Eastern. That outlines the preseason schedule, and yes, we'll be covering those games live. Moving on to the 2025 schedule, let's quickly summarize in case you missed it yesterday. Kicking off with the primetime contests, in the first week, they will take on another team on Thursday night. In Week 2, they will face an opponent at 1 p.m. Week 3 finds them at a different venue for a 4:25 kickoff. In Week 4, they will have a home game against another team for Sunday Night Football. The 5th and 6th weeks will see them playing away against two different opponents, both scheduled at 1 p.m. Central Time. In Week 7, they will host another team at 4:25. Week 8 sees them traveling to another location, and in Week 9, they will play at home against yet another opponent on Monday Night Football. I believe the 10th week provides a solid bye, which is preferable to having an earlier bye in either Week 6 or 7, as that can feel premature. In Week 11, they will compete against another team on Monday night, confirming our predictions from the leaked video. In Week 12, they will go head-to-head with yet another competitor. The 12th week offers a decent break, which I think is preferable to a break during Week 6 or 7, which can feel too soon. In Week 11, they will also face another opponent on Monday night. That was indeed a Monday night matchup, and our predictions from that leak video were accurate. In Week 12, they will play against another team, which will essentially be a significant game at 4:25. In Week 13, they have a game scheduled on Thanksgiving Day. In Week 14, they will meet another opponent on Thursday night, away from their home ground. In Week 15, they will compete at home against yet another team on Sunday night. Week 16 will see them up against another competitor. As for Week 18, or more accurately, Week 17, they will be visiting another team's home on Christmas Day. Then, in Week 18, they will face yet another opponent, with that date still pending. Week 18 revolves around the league's flexible scheduling. I will break it down game by game shortly, but what are your thoughts on the team's record for 2025? That's the fixed question for today's discussion. So, if an announcement pops up here, feel free to share your thoughts. Now, let's break down the matchups. In Week 1, they will play against another team on Thursday night. This is a challenging opener. I believe the opposing team is favored by 7 points for this game. I predict a victory for them in this matchup. I will also provide score predictions. I just throw out some numbers based on my intuition, knowing it's nearly impossible to get these predictions right. I anticipate a score of 28-20. I believe the team will put up a strong fight and stay competitive, but ultimately, the opposing team, coming off a championship run and with some defensive concerns, is likely to secure the win. In Week 2, they will face yet another opponent. Interestingly, none of the matchups between these two teams is set to be a primetime game. I think this is the first time since 2000 that this has occurred. Typically, these contests are featured in primetime. I'm somewhat relieved they are not. I believe the home team will have the advantage in this matchup, as has been the case in previous years. Whenever the quarterback is in good health, the home team tends to maintain control. I expect that dominance to continue into Week 2. I foresee a pivotal clash in Week 3. Both teams are anticipated to be in contention for the playoffs this season, making this game crucial for tie-breaking scenarios and standings. I predict that the home team will emerge victorious. It seems that the team is in good shape. There's been clear superiority up until now. I believe this superiority will continue into Week 2. I see this matchup as a critical point in Week 3. Both Dallas and Chicago are eyeing playoff spots this year. This game could hold significant weight in terms of tiebreakers and positioning. I predict that Dallas will win over Chicago on the road, with a final score of 27-24, and the decision will likely come down to the final moments. I imagine Dallas will secure the win in this contest if my words are chosen carefully. In Week 4, they will face the Green Bay team at home on Sunday night. This matchup has been challenging, as has the San Francisco team recently. I see Dallas pulling off an exciting win against Green Bay at home in Week 4. If it were an away game, I might lean towards Green Bay, given the uncertainties surrounding their air attack and Dallas's defense. I'm betting on Dallas for a result I believe will be surprising, especially with Detroit's team closing in on September. Dallas will be 3-1 after the first quarter of the season. Today's discussion is facilitated by a specific app. The group and I appreciate our daily conversations about baseball betting lines, and this app has been instrumental in my success, as I am a user of this tool. You can also gain an advantage by leveraging historical data, matchup analysis, correlation tools, and player performance information. Perhaps the most advantageous aspect of this app is that once you've made your betting selection, you can send it directly to your betting platform with just one click. There's no need for manual entry or managing multiple screens, saving time. The app syncs automatically with most major betting platforms. This app isn't limited to just betting picks. It's also designed for player props, game props, lines, totals, and much more. It provides the tools needed to analyze trends, identify value, and place more informed bets across all relevant markets. For a limited time, there is a 7-day free trial available, and you can get 50% off your first month using a specific code when you check out. Just download the app on mobile operating systems, enter the code, and you're all set. A link to the code will be available in the comments section and in today's discussion description. Anyone can take advantage of the 7-day free trial and get 50% off the first month by using the designated code at checkout. Just download the app on mobile operating systems, enter the code, and you're ready. A link to the code will be in the comments section and in the description of today's discussion. Moving on to Week 6 against Carolina, it's time to get back on track. This could be a challenging game, not particularly exciting. Dallas will be striving to correct its course after a series of away games. I have an unusual score in mind, something like 2-5-8, because sometimes unconventional scores bring a little fun. With that, Dallas improves to 4-2 as they prepare for an important matchup in Week 7 against Washington at home. This is a significant game for NFC East aspirations. I believe Washington will perform better against Dallas than last year. I also remember a former quarterback who basically defeated them, and they should have won both games if they hadn't missed opportunities late, which ultimately worked out positively for their draft position. I expect Dallas to win a thrilling game, with a score of 26-23. I expect a highly competitive game. Honestly, I hope it's more exciting than the two previous matchups between Dallas and Washington, which were rather dull until the final moments. Those games were quite unusual and a bit chaotic in the early stages. I'm betting on Dallas to win. Thus, they will be 5-2 after the first 7 weeks. The games had quite a peculiar and somewhat confusing start. I'm choosing Dallas as the winner of this match, which would leave them with 5 wins and 2 losses after the first 7 weeks of competition. At this point, we have 528 subscribers. I wasn't intending to mention 5 wins and 2 losses, nor the number of subscribers. That was just a coincidence. If you haven't subscribed yet, consider doing so to receive daily content about the Cowboys, including a live show that will take place later today. We're reintegrating Madden simulations. In Week 8, they will face the Denver Broncos. Some believe Denver could be a surprising opponent. However, I emphasize that Denver won 10 games last season and made it to the playoffs. Therefore, I see Denver winning this away game. The situation is quite different from the Packers matchup. If this game were in Dallas, I would probably change my prediction and bet on a Cowboys win by 23-17. However, I believe Denver will come out victorious. Thus, the Cowboys will be 5-3 before the final game before the break. Considering the upcoming schedule, which is a bit tricky, except perhaps in Week 11, I truly believe they need to face Kyler Murray in Dallas. It's crucial to secure a win in this matchup. I'm confident the Cowboys will make it. Arizona will have playoff hopes, but I don't think they are a true contender. Therefore, my pick is Dallas to win. With that, they would reach 6 wins and 3 losses, making a break. And who knows, maybe by then, Trayvon Diggs will be in good condition. They will also have Deere and Overstone. This could be a big opportunity for Overstone, by the way. In Week 10, I predict they will win during the break. They'll bounce back. In Week 11, they will have a game against the Raiders on Monday night. I clearly remember the game with Derek Carr, which will always stay in memory. This is an away game. I think Dallas will win comfortably. The Raiders will show a more competitive performance than last year, but I don't think they will form a strong team this season. I believe that, at best, they'll finish with a .500 record. Therefore, I choose Dallas to win away, which would set up a tight return. They will have a game on Monday afternoon at home. This is part of the marathon they are facing with the game against the Eagles at home. I believe the Cowboys and Eagles will split the victories this year, which, considering the quarterback's performance, has been a frequent pattern. They will have a quick transition, going from Monday Night Football to a home game on Sunday afternoon. This is part of the challenging schedule they have ahead, playing at home against the Eagles. I believe Dallas and Philadelphia will split the points this year, a pattern that has been repeating when the quarterbacks are involved, but rarely have they both been fully healthy. This will theoretically mark the 5th time both teams will have their starting quarterbacks available since Hurts became the starter. I'm choosing Dallas for what should be another exciting game in Week 12. Now, I'm looking for honest opinions on the question: who stands out as the winner of the NFC East? PHI for the Eagles, W for the Commanders, D for the Cowboys, and NYG for the Giants. Share your thoughts in the comment section of today's discussion. Currently, the Cowboys have 8 wins and 3 losses. They are probably just 2 wins away from securing a playoff spot. The difficult schedule continues, by the way. In Week 13, they will host the Chiefs in a game I expect to be the most watched in NFL regular season history. The previous record of 42 million viewers is expected to be surpassed. I foresee a Chiefs win, as I consider them to be the superior team. I have concerns about whether the defense will be able to keep up with what could be an even stronger Chiefs offense this season. Therefore, I predict the Chiefs will win this game. Then, as usual, Dallas will have a quick transition, playing on Sunday and then Thursday. In Week 14, they will face the Detroit Lions. I don't expect this matchup to be as lopsided as last year. I foresee a closer contest this time. I believe the Lions will come out victorious. Although I remain skeptical about Detroit this season, I recognize that there's a lingering rivalry from previous encounters, and this game will be treated like their Super Bowl once again. I predict the Lions will win 29-20. With this result, Dallas will have 8 wins and 5 losses. They need to finish the season strong. In Week 15, they will have a home game against the Vikings on Sunday Night Football. I'm curious to see how J.J. McCarthy will perform by then. He should be in his best form by this point in the season. I still pick Dallas to win this matchup. I foresee a Dallas win, 24-20, which could have a big impact on playoffs and seeding. In Week 16, they will host the Chargers. This game could finally break the streak of games in single windows and away from prime time. By the way, from Week 9 until Week 17, nearly all of the Cowboys games are in a single window. It's truly surprising. I hope the Chargers manage to get the win. Playing at home against the Chargers, this matchup could signal a break in the streak of primetime games. The Cowboys, in turn, after Week 9 and up until Week 17, will have most of their games in a single window. This is really impressive. I imagine the Chargers coming out on top in this battle. I thought about giving the win to either the Chargers or the Vikings, but this situation is especially complex. I believe this will impact the Cowboys, considering they will face tough opponents like the Eagles, Chiefs, Lions, Vikings, Chargers, and then the Commanders in Week 17. It would be great if the Cowboys managed to secure a win, as I prefer to spend a peaceful Christmas with my family instead of rushing to the Cowboys. But before we continue, don't forget to subscribe to our channel and give this video a like. Your support helps us keep bringing you the latest updates on the Dallas Cowboys. Feel free to share your thoughts on the news in the comments as well. In a week filled with political tension and NFL speculation, an unexpected crossover between sports and politics has stirred conversation across the United States. A recent rumor suggests that former President Donald Trump has expressed admiration for the Dallas Cowboys, one of the most iconic franchises in American football. Though the comment has not been officially confirmed, its emergence has already fueled debates among fans and analysts alike. According to anonymous sources close to the matter, Trump reportedly called the Cowboys a true symbol of American strength during a private event. While the context of the remark remains unclear, those present claim the former president praised the team's resilience, history, and cultural influence. "They're winners. They've always been winners," he allegedly said, hinting at their legacy in the NFL despite recent playoff struggles. This is not the first time Trump has been associated with professional football. A vocal critic of players kneeling during the national anthem, he has long positioned himself as a defender of traditional values in sports. The rumored compliment to the Cowboys might therefore be seen as both a nod to their brand as America's team and a political statement aligning with his conservative base. Reactions online have been mixed. Cowboy supporters have welcomed the comment, viewing it as a spotlight on the team's historical significance. Others, however, have criticized the politicization of sports, questioning whether such remarks help or hinder the game's broader appeal. The Dallas Cowboys themselves have not issued any official response to the rumor, nor has any representative from Trump's camp confirmed or denied the quote. Still, in the social media era, even whispers can generate headlines, and this particular story has added an unexpected layer to the ongoing NFL offseason chatter. Whether the statement was actually made or not, the idea that Trump might align himself with the Cowboys reinforces the team's cultural weight, not just in sports, but in the broader American narrative. As training camps inch closer and speculation continues to mount, this rumored endorsement has once again placed the Cowboys squarely in the national spotlight, where they so often find themselves, both on and off the field. That's it for this update. If you enjoyed the video and want to keep receiving exclusive news about the Dallas Cowboys, please subscribe to our channel and give this video a like. We always look forward to your comments and opinions. See you in the next video.